this the run? This is the run. Alright. Okay, we can phase that relaxing music into the PlayStation. Relaxing music. Phase into the PlayStation relaxing music. We should all be okay for audio. Cool. Right, so we're going to watch a Superliminal speedrun that I did earlier this evening. This is the second of 2 runs that I'm commentating and showing off on stream here, live on twitch.tv/XL86J. I'm going to be posting these to YouTube, and I will post the non-commentary versions if you just want to watch the run. They'll be in the description as well. This is a game where perspective and perception means everything. It's a puzzle game where we're going to be picking up and moving around objects, and the sizing and resizing of them is key to victory. The hardest boss in the game will be a block of cheese on multiple occasions. Don't worry about it. I'll explain when we get there. This is an any % run. Well, first of all, I was inspired to run this game. I said this for my glitchless run, but I was inspired to run this game due to my moderators, Cinders, RC, and Simon, all of which that were running this and who were having a great time with it. And this is a fun time where their love of platinum hunting meets in the middle for me with my speedrunning, because these games that have a speed trophy lend pretty well to me hopping on the bandwagon and learning the run with them. So again, similar to when we did Stray, that's what we did here. And after listening to Cinders' woes and worries and resets and traumas with speedrunning this game, then I thought, well, I want to hop onto this too. So yeah, here we are. This is an any % run. It only has one skip that I learnt from RC, which is the Chapter 7 skip, basically, on Labyrinth, the Outer Bounds there. That's the only one that I know, but it's the same route that he did. So we're going to go from there, basically, and I'll let it play out. This is recorded on PS5. I did these offline before my stream, and I just saved them on the console. Beauty of the DVR. Story time with XL is amazing. I try. Is this playing? It is. Okay, good. Alright, so here we go. So it's going to be quite fast. I'll try and explain what I'm doing as we go. We're going to turn around immediately and walk through the door. The timer begins when we leave the doorway. We're going to pick up that chess piece and drop it above, like lift it up and drop it above myself. Terms of service. Click and grab this box and drop it here. Again, you'll already start to see about perception and perspective being everything. So that box is now small, and now we're going to turn it around, drop it to where we need it, and then jump up and get a little hop up into this ledge here. Sub 30, that's my fastest one. So now, this whole level is 9 puzzles. Gonna grab the chess piece, swing it around, put it on the button, and we're out. Then here, this is how I do this cheese. This is how I was taught in the speedrun. Grab it, drop catch it a few times, because then you don't have to... It's quicker to drop catch under a ledge, and then donk it down like that. I actually didn't do it big enough here, so I needed to do 2 more catches. That's fine. And then if you have it too big, it actually slows you down. So I was just shy of getting sub-minute there. I've nearly been able to do that, but because I cocked it up, it's fine though. Then we're going to swing the block out of the way, and we're going to use this plank and drop that, which will activate the switch to let us through. We're going to grab this block and perspective, drop it into this corner so it's tiny, pick it up, turn left, put it onto the switch here, and leave in 1 minute 25 seconds. All environments perceived during eyelids. Grab this block, throw it over the top, aiming at the light fixtures / rafters. Readjust so it's on the button, and we're out. Rational explanation in your post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be eligible for a gift card. Then here, Cinders, you might like this one. We're going to run along, and for this sign, turn it around. Drop catch, turn around, and away you go. Please stand by for polite recognition on. Catch up with the stream tomorrow. No worries. Yeah, you take care. I'll highlight these anyway, so you'll be able to watch them individually. But yeah, thanks again for the big 40-month resub. Thanks for being here. You take care. You have a good night. Here, I didn't explain this very well in my first run. I'm going to explain it here now. We're going to drop the cheese, and make contact with the cheese and the boards at the same time. This unlocks the physics with that collision, and then it's still not like a game-breaking glitch. It's still allowed in the glitchless run. That's where I was taught from a tutorial of how to do that. So shout-outs to Samwise on YouTube, who runs this game and has the beginner's tutorial for glitchless. That's how I learned this game. We hold back during the loading screen at the start of each chapter practically, and after the end of the first beep, 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 turn right with your camera, and that will be the right timing. Yeah, you take care, Sinners. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the big resub. Thanks for being here. You have a good night. Good luck with the early morning. We're going to grab this door and move it out of the way. And we're going to head left. The pink room. I love this piano music.
Bye, Felicia.
Then here, we're going to grab the sign off the wall. We're going to drop and resize, drop and resize. I think this one was okay. Yeah. Cool. If it like falls over and goes flat, drop resize it a couple of times, and you can use it as a make it like a plank as a backup.
Hello. My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
Dr. Glenn
To
Pierce.
talk to you about being special. So special.
And we're going to try and formulate this block.
No idea where you are. But not to worry.
Drop it down here, jump up, turn around, use the same block, bring it with us. Then here we're going to use like jump resizing. Look down and press R1 and X at the same time, and you can hear it go. And that makes it bigger while you're on top, because you're making it bigger while you're not on top of it. So that's why we jump and resize. And then here we pull that same block to make our way up. You can knock over this door so it's leaning and use it as a ramp to get up the stairs quicker, but it didn't fall over, so I just ducked around it. This is the quickest I've ever been in here. Like, sub 420 is amazing here for me. Then we're going to grab this block, put it over by the yellow section where we need to go. And I actually failed it on this run as well. Yesterday I was doing it way better, but I was just a couple of mil out from the size, as you can see. Move the chess piece, and away we go. A couple of little fumbles, but still okay. Still alright. I'm still doing way better than I was yesterday. This run, much like my glitchless run, is... So I only learnt the run yesterday on Sunday, practically, and started, like, attempting it. Was really tired last night while I was, like, practicing things. Practiced a few things today after dinner, and then due to now being awake and not knackered after a long day and whatnot, I was, like, pretty... like, was a lot more... adept at the run, and then things just went smoother. I'm going to grab the moon, bring it closer to us. Actually, need it a bit lower. Then we're going to grab the doorway off of it, and we're going to use the lamp here to resize it.
That should lead you to them. Will all of this work? Absolutely.
Like that, and then boom, we're out. That's the quickest I've done that. That was perfect. By using, the reason that you'll use lamps or light fixtures is because the drop catch is quicker. It doesn't have to drop as far. But dropping it manually gives you more time to like get the right size and like gives you more time to react to it and stuff. So yeah. Here we're holding down and then right again. Gonna jump over the fire extinguisher. Got scuffed on the door. A lot of time can be saved and lost and gained from movement as well. So getting here at 540 something, my best I think in glitchless was 6 and or sub 6, and yesterday I was getting there at like 7 or so minutes. So I think this was like a minute or so ahead, which was nice. Gonna use that. You can jump up the pole here, and then if you jump up the pole, in this next room, on the left where I don't show, there is a dice, but I tend to just use my first dice. And then today here, I actually cocked this up. I'm too close now, so I'm not getting the right perspective, and I wasn't getting the right size. So I had to do a couple of drop catches here, but we're still good. Just a little fumble, it's still good, There are mistakes, obviously, in the run. I'm not perfect, but it's I'm still pretty happy with how everything went, I think, for the most part. There was not enough of any game-breaking memes that I thought were unacceptable, so we're gonna use that one dice there and just jump up. And then here, this actually now we're on about the same time as my glitchless time currently. This run, basically all I wanted to do was mirror or better my glitchless time and then do the skip. And then it's GG's, which is essentially what this is. So if you see my glitchless run, it is more or less the same until chapter 7, and we just don't do chapter 7.
risks associated.
We're going to grab this side of the dice, drop it there, and then jump up, use it as a ramp, and away we go. It's the quickest way you can do that. Instead of dragging this whole dice, double-click it, grab one block out of it, because when you move that first big dice thing, it shatters into pieces. So instead of moving it over to here and then dealing with scatter RNG, just double-click it straight away so that it scatters and grab one block and make that block bigger. Jump back when you land and line up with that line of tiles and just hold back and it gets you into the elevator to finish the level. I was dancing. And because we do a skip in Labyrinth on Chapter 7, it saves 3 to 4 minutes. And it saves quite a bit of messing around, actually. You save a good, a good few puzzles and a good few minutes of time. We're going to jump over this fire extinguisher again.
Hello.
His name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
And despite touring the water,
so then here at like sub 8, that's fantastic for me. I'm really happy with that.
You may still be experiencing feelings of worthlessness.
Yesterday, when he said about the sun shining,
why do I feel like everything is going wrong, even when the sun is shining?
Yesterday, so sun is shining at like 8:10, sub 8:10. Yesterday, sub 10 minutes, sun is shining was like 9:40 something was a good time for me. So I've improved over the course of a day. Move that canister from far away, jump over these boxes. Shame Cinder's had to go because she's missed this chapter on my runs both times. Here we're going to hold up left, but she'll be seeing it tomorrow, so what up? Hold up left here. This is the quickest route to get across to this room. Then round this way. Over the boards the same way. You can double jump. You can jump into the middle onto the boards and then long jump again over and do it in 2 jumps, but I actually don't like that strat and I failed it more than just going the boards. It's like once I saw that you can just, there is a line of boards and I just take that now anyway.
I mentioned before.
But either way, we're through here now at like 9 minutes.
Because you want the kind of happy life you see all around you. The kind you know everyone else.
There isn't much that I do that differently to everyone else here. Turn around, walk backwards, aim to the right for the staircase. Everyone does this. So it's not really... There isn't much that I do that different, I don't think, but... The thing that I've got on my side is just... I have practiced it a couple of times, so I start to get smoother at things when I've done it a few times.
But have now descended into a dream within a dream instead, disorienting yourself even further. I'm
pretty good at developing muscle memory.
This crucial distinction.
So I don't do the blind maze. I said this in Glitchless, but I don't do the blind maze, which is where you do this backwards and you don't use a light. So you save the time of going over and getting the red sign, but I still do the red sign. So, yeah. Then through here, I know we all do this the same way. Everyone does. Jump up on the boxes and go around the outside. You don't need the sign. I've never done it with the sign. I've never known any other way to do this, so I was taught this way. Yeah, cruising through here, and then this generator we're going to be doing at like 10 minutes and change, like 10:25, something like that, right? 10:30, 10:24. So yesterday I was here at like 12:30. It was, and like sub 12 was a good time on that generator. So again, I'm really impressed and happy with my improvement. And I think a lot of it as well, like, I improved, obviously, and I rested. That helped so much. Not having my eyes hanging and being like, and just tired, like, even for a chill game like this, it's hard to do it well when you're knackered. So today I generally had a much better set of attempts. And these were not without their resets. Like, each of these came after a couple of, like, heartbreaker, choked runs, or what have you. Or a couple of resets on chapter 1 until one stuck. So now we're on Clone. We're going to grab this door. This is chapter 5. Going to run through with it. We're just going to drop it on the green switch. Optimally, you look down and jump over it so it doesn't like trip you. That's fine. I'm going to spam click these doors, jump over.
Attention. Dr. Pierce requires you to
Then I walk close to the desk, look down, grab the clock, look up without really going anywhere, and then drop them, and that makes them large. And I put too many down because I didn't look up enough initially, but that's still fine. You only need like 3. But just being in that position at the table and then just looking up and dropping the clock makes it the decent size. Then here, grab a fruit, drop and walk into it, like we did with the cheese wall, to unlock the physics. And that's the quickest way to do that. Now again, for your like comparison check, I was doing this room at my best yesterday at like 14 minutes. Like 14:30. Whereas here now it's like 12:30 leaving this room. Turn around, get the perspective check, and then clone the apple. But because of perspective, it clones on the switch there.
Dr. Pierce is frantically
it took longer to get my head around how this game actually operates and what it wants from me than it did. Like, once I knew how to play the game, this became a lot easier. Then we're going to drop a couple of signs and clone them to give ourselves a nice little ramp. And we're going to press L1, which resets and reverts all the clones. And you see there, it looks like I walked through a sign. Well, when you hit L1 and revert, it deactivates all the collision, so they're not corporeal anymore, and you can just walk through them at that point. So even in the glitchless run, we do that, and it looks like it might be a glitch, but it's not. Actually intended. You can test this out by spam cloning something, pressing L1 next to it, and they just phase through you. Name is my Pierce, Dr. Glenn. That's probably the one I'm going to get as a Dr. Glenn command, because he says it wrong. When you see that, when you hear that one of him saying it incorrectly, that's my audio cue to hold back in this chapter until after the door frame, and then turn. And that's like the sort of optimal way to do this. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
This is a notification that you have.
Then we're going to jump over the fire extinguisher. I actually got a bit stuck on it there, but that's fine.
Please continue to do whatever you did.
Going to drop down. Now we're going for dollhouse.
Whatever you were doing.
So we're going to grab it, use the light fixture to drop catch it, and then make it so that it's not too much taller than you. You can lose a lot of time in these levels by making these houses like too big, and then it takes you ages to traverse. Just make it as big as it needs. And then here, I said this on the last run, but on that railing inside, like this luggage rail, I use that horizontal brass beam and line it up with the middle trim of the back room where the luggage is. I kind of make sure that line is like kind of about right, and that should get me through here. This run, I actually fucked it, and it was just shy. So I drop a bit of time here because I have to go back. It was like a couple of mil. Like, I literally needed to it was a skosh. But the run was already too nice. I was going to, like, reset it, but I was like, fuck it. There's so many variables to cover up until this point, it's not worth it. I got stuck on the light fixture there. So there's a couple of memes here. The other reason I'm not that fussed is because I do a gigantic skip later. So, like, as long as I'm roughly in line with my glitchless run, then I still save 4 minutes on the skip. So,
in addition to continuing and discontinuing as mentioned.
So instead of sub 15 here, I'm actually slower now. But because I'm going to do the skip, it's going to save me so much time. So this is the worst part of the game. The Jenga fan room. We're going to drop the fan above us. I'm going to drop catch it to make it gigantic. So I'm a bit slow at doing this because I kind of take my time to make sure I get the drop catches. Because if it drops to the floor, it loses me more time. Ideally, you blow this towards you. But I end up just pushing it far left. And here I was gobsmacked. I was like, no, I fucked it. I won't be able to get in. But luckily, I could. I was like, oh god, thank god, I'm not resetting. Fucking A. Drop catch this window ledge. And then perspective is everything. Too big. Drop it down a bit more. Perfect. See? That changes the size of this room completely. And then here at sub 16, that's still okay. Still acceptable even with the mistakes. But that would have been like a lot faster than it is.
It's Dr. Glenn Pierce.
And yesterday I was struggling to get sub 17 here, so 16 here, brilliant. We're going to grab the bouncy castle, and we're going to drop catch it underneath the ledge here.
From the cage of death,
drop catch it a couple of times. I actually made it slightly too big. This one's kind of awkward to get the right size, but here, I actually done it first time. So the mistakes I made on the dollhouse part, I made up for it by like saving 7 or 8 seconds right here. Well, maybe not made up for it, but helped to catch back up. So we're going to use perspective to make that bouncy castle small enough to sit on that ledge. Go back here, and that takes us to this portal, which is where we put it, and then out we go. And this one, I think I had to have a second attempt on this run. My doorways didn't appear for me, I was tripping. So we're gonna, using perspective, we're gonna drop one doorway into the black part side of that doorway. That makes it tiny and it makes it easier to drop into this keyhole. So I did it and actually it failed, so I was like, oh shit. So I had to redo this one just to make sure. But again, I don't mind too much. It could have been worse, but this is how it should have gone the first time. It just wasn't small enough the first time. Drop it straight into there. There we go. That's fine. Then, as we did before, we're going to grab the dollhouse, drop it below us, and fall to it, making us already the correct perfect height. If you jump down and then pull that house over to you, you have to faff with it. Just drop it down before you drop down, and then it's already perfect every time. And then you won't lose any time from having it the wrong size afterwards. It's just like, once I saw that strategy, I was like, oh, dude, that saves me like 20 seconds there every time now. Instead of me having to drop catch and faff with that one as well. So here we're going to spin, and this is chapter 7. This is where we now do the skip. I don't worry about trying to jump over the audio triggers like I did in my glitchless run. It's funny because it's glitchless and I tried to do an audio skip. But there's one right there that you can hop over and it stops these error dialogues and it just has less dialogue. You can grab a can out of that machine, make it bigger by dropping and picking it up as you go along here, and then you do another audio dialogue skip on this turning by dropping the can there, jumping on the light fixture and hopping over. I don't bother with either. I fucked the first one up on my glitchless run, so I still got the error dialogue, and then I didn't bother with any of the others because I'm not very good at that. And on this run, I didn't bother because we're doing the glitch, which is this skip here. Is you jump up on this fire extinguisher, hold forward until the camera shakes, and then jump up. I actually screwed it and went too far. You can fall out of the map and go out of bounds. Be careful. As long as you find yourself wedged like that, you can bring yourself back. But anyway, then you're able to hop into this elevator and skip the rest of this chapter. Because the way these elevators are coded, they're done in such a way that if you manage to get into one, that just is the end of the level. They're coded for like the end to end the level. You don't, in the glitchless run, you don't even get in that elevator there. You get warped into the next part. While looking at the fire extinguisher, you do some alarm clocks. Whereas we just get past that now. So instead of doing a late 23 minute paradox, we're at a 19-minute paradox in comparison to my glitchless run.
Please paradox from creating any refrains. Explosive dream overload may result. Please paradox overload. Please overload for dream explosion. Conclusion dream overcall frame.
White space. Then here, hold forward the whole time. Especially when you see the loading sign. Because then you're already moving. You get some distance there before the fade in. I noticed that because yesterday I was waiting till I could like see and then I was going. And I was like, when I found that out today, I was like, wow, I was going way late. So then here, we're here at like 19 minutes. Well, this is sub 20, just getting to this part, so that's fine. This is the last chapter now. We basically have just... We did the start of chapter 7 and then got to that elevator and skipped 4 minutes of chapter 7. And now this is chapter 8. So this is the last chapter. So we're here at this desk at like 20 minutes. That's fantastic. On glitchless, I think I was here at like 24. So
Dr. Glenn
yeah.
Pierce, and
maybe less. Maybe it was like 22 actually on that run. I don't know.
I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing.
No, it probably was about 24 actually, yeah, sub 25. That
I
makes more
perceived
sense.
was shaped by seeing
So,
it.
yeah, and then we just cruise through here. White space. Which is conveniently the name of this chapter. Turn around to the right and immediately go into this darkness. I get a little bit stuck here, but you just need to go straight and then turn right, basically. You'll see, because I kind of used the way I was coming to back... the way I used where I was going... where I came from. Fuck, English is hard. I used where I came from to illuminate me, to show me where I needed to go. So I could back away and then make my way there. I always kind of get a little bit stuck there, because it's so fucking dark, I can't see shit. You know, it is what it is. This bit, I drop a bit of time here, because I got a little bit lost, dude. I can't be dealing with these rooms that are all black or all white. It trips me out. Now I'm looking around like, where's that door again? And I'm like, is that the door I just came in, or the door I need to go out of? Wait, and I'm spinning the camera, because I'm like, wait, where's the fucking door? Oh, it's there. Okay, good. Right, okay, yeah. Okay, walk to the door. Got it. So, a little bit of lost time, but it's fine. Then we hop up here.
But in white space...
And we're here at 22 minutes. I was here at Glitchless at 26 or so.
With a lifetime
And yesterday at like 28.
And all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing...
We go over, we press the switch, and then when we go to darkness, turn around. Because you're not actually in a load screen. You can just immediately move. Go through the stairs and then up the shadow stairs and hop up them. If you hadn't already realized, jumping upstairs is faster. Maybe I forgot to mention that. We fall through... Go to the right of the, like, where you land looking at blue and red, go to the right like I did there. And as long as you haven't spun around or anything, you'll always be looking the right way. It just gets you out quicker. So now we're coming along to go and do the chess puzzle right at the end. Anywhere there's any slopes, you should jump because it's quicker. And I try and actually grab the chess pieces early now.
If this is a place
I don't do the fastest strats here. I actually lose a little bit of time because I grabbed the wrong one. But I do the kind of easy, simple strat, which is just alternate the pieces here. Because you need to have a piece on the board, on the tile, before you can walk on the tile. If that makes sense. So I just switch them over like this. There is a strat where you jump, turn. Well, there's a couple of different strats you can do here. Putting the chess piece right on the line. There's one that Cinder's taught me about. I haven't seen it yet, but she explained it. And then there's another one that I know where you use one black big chess piece and you jump turn it, and it's kind of awkward. And you can also here, you can do a cheese skip where you make that block big enough to just and jump resize it to get out without the cheese, but I wasn't able to consistently do it. So I think I even lost a bit of time fumbling the size of the cheese here, but I'm right at the end of the game and I honestly don't care. Like, I'll take some fumble. Oh, no, this one isn't that bad. It's just a bit big. Oh, no, it is. I failed. Yeah, no, I did. I fell out. Because it's, like, slightly too big. I just need to drop it one fucking skosh. I think that was enough, yeah. But I don't mind these little memes here. So I could save, like, another 20 or so seconds on this. But I'm at the end of the game. I don't give a fuck. It's more like, you know... Out of all the other things that can go wrong and all the reset points in this run, having a little meme on the last chapter is no problem. We're going to navigate our way at the left middle to fall down to this exit, and it gets you right there by the door. And now we're nearly there. We're nearly at the end of the run already. It's short and sweet. This will be a good one for marathons. Come out the door, turn around, and immediately grab and move that door. It's like a loading trap. You know, you could sit there waiting, and you don't need to wait. You can just move it. I don't know if there's a way to end this bit quicker, and I also don't know. Like, I mean, I always kind of try and turn it around so we look at the final time like that. But I don't know if that's like necessary or anything. But and then here you have to. The run timer ends when you click the next alarm clock, which I always fumble. Boom. There we go. So that was my attempt at an 80% run using only the labyrinth skip that I learnt from my friend RC. Shoutouts to RC who showed me that strat. I didn't know about it until I saw him do it. He got a run of 27 minutes on his first attempt. One run, easy to do. I've had a couple more attempts at the runs than that, but the one that got through was this 25. So it's, yeah, and I only practiced the skip a little bit. It's not very hard. You could all do it. It still works on PS5 current version. I do need to, and I'll put them in the submissions anyway. But I need to actually load up the game and see what version number it is, because it will show in the options. I'll do that in a moment.
More often than not, The problem
And then I
is
just let
not
the
that problems
outro-y
we face can't be
thingy
solved.
play here.
The problem
You don't
is
have to move
that we
this either.
become
I used to walk through here, but I just
refuse
let
to
it play
see our
out while I
problems from
enjoyed my coffee and then save the recording after the fact.
We do the same things again and again.
So yeah, this was a fun little game to
And
learn
of
to
course,
run.
we find exactly
It's a short and sweet one.
what we were looking
It's easy to do. Infinite time to be saved by getting faster and more optimal at things. But yeah, it's kind of a nice one. It'd be nice to have in like marathons, because it's like a nice little short game like Potentia, where it's only kind of half hour. But yeah, I enjoyed running this game. I'm interested to run other little meme puzzly games like this. Thanks for the GGs. This run, my glitchless run, if I submit it, would be, and it's like allowed, would be 69th, nice, in the world. And this run would be, I think, like 20th or 22nd or something, for any percent. So it's not that bad.
Even though it meant
For like a one-day runner, you know, like I'm gonna keep these times until maybe any of you guys beat me. If my friends beat my time, I'll run it again. I think Cinders would be the only one that might actually try, because I don't know if she's finished with this game. Sometimes speedrunners, you've got beef with the game until you get, even if you've got the trophy, if she's got enough speedrun beef with the game, she'll want to PB more. And then that'd be it, then it's fucking, we got her then. We got her. Then she's one of us. One of us. One of us. But, yeah. But until any of my friends beat me, I probably won't run it, like, properly again. But I still enjoyed trying it. It was a fun run. I suggest other people try it as well. It's a cool game. I didn't even know about the game until my friends told me about it. Maybe I will play it casually after, because I kind of would like to do it and go through the actual story.
So how could it have really meant anything? But just like the power of perspective itself, it will have been as real as you believed it to be. All you've got to do is wake
up. There we go. 25:15.6, final time. Superliminal PS5, any percent. By yours truly, XL. Thank you for watching.